Good morning. It's good to see you guys this morning. God, you have known me comes from Psalm 139, and there's a lot of familiar verses in there. We are fearfully and wonderfully made, those types of things. So I wanted to look at that and share some of the meditation from that that I've enjoyed, and hope that you get to enjoy it as well. It starts off, Lord, you have searched me. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to obtain. That whole idea that God knows me, that God, I'm not a mistake, I belong, that God knows everything that's going on, brings to me a sense of peace, a sense of belonging, a sense of, again, I'm cared for, I'm watched over. That part in there that says, you hem me in before and behind, and you have your hand on me. We have some cats, and one of them likes to draw me to the recliner, so he can lay on my stomach and be petted, have my hand on him. And as soon as I stop petting him, he looks over and he looks at my hand and he says, why is that hand not on me? The hand is supposed to be on me. And so I get to start again. But in the same way, the hand of God is on us constantly. We're never abandoned. We're never left alone. We're never stuck on our own. We are always known. We are always understood. And that's probably one of the neatest things is I'm understood. So most of the time I don't understand myself, but I know that God does. And I get a lot of comfort and serenity from that idea. And he goes on to say, where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there, your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day. The darkness is as light to you. Several stories that one of them that comes to mind when I read that is the story of Jonah. God told Jonah, there's some folks over in Nineveh, and they're not living the best way that they could. They're not enjoying life the way they could. I really want to make their lives better. Would you go over and tell them that I'm there and that I want to make their lives better? And Jonah said, I don't like the Ninevites. I don't want to tell them. I don't want to tell them to live better because I don't want them to live better. And so he runs away. He runs to the other side of the sea. And he finds out rather quickly that God hasn't left him. That no matter how far he runs away, God is there. And so God wants to make sure that Jonah knows that he's watching, gets him swallowed by a whale. And it's like, now if I get swallowed by a whale, I'm like, okay, what have I done wrong? What in the world has happened that would bring me to this point where I'm swallowed up by a whale? And what it did was, it brought him to the point where he could listen. And he's like, I don't know what to do. And so he listens, and God says, go talk to the Ninevites. Tell them that I love them. Tell them that I want to make their lives better. Okay, I'll go do it. And he's still not real happy about it, but he goes and does it. And the Ninevites end up enjoying life a lot more, enjoying God, enjoying the love that God has for them. And so the story has a happy ending, even though Jonah is still not quite all on board with them living happy. He did he found that God was there. For myself, there was a time in my life where I was out of sorts with life and couldn't figure out what to do to change things. And I kept thinking, I must be making God unhappy. So I've got to do more. I've got to do more to make God happy. And so I started to do more. I was involved in, at the University of Minnesota, I was involved in a group called Navigators. And so we memorized parts of the Bible, and we meditated on them and studied them and that sort of thing. So I started memorizing more and meditating more on it. And still, it didn't quite it wasn't quite the answer. So there must be more. God must be displeased with me. And so I started to do more. And finally I said, okay, I'll go to seminary and be a minister. Maybe that's what it'll take for God. And I did that, and still the misery was there. That wasn't the answer. And what I came to find out later is that God was not displeased at all. I was a Ninevite. I didn't understand that God was trying to love me. And so I was looking outside myself all over the place for that. So I finally got to the place where, this I realized later. At the time, I just got upset. And that's a kind word for what I was feeling. And so I told God, I just don't see you doing anything for me. And so you go your way and I'll go my way. And again, I didn't say it that nicely. There were fingers involved and that sort of thing. And I just said, God, you go your way and I'll go my way. Thinking, okay, now he'll leave me alone. I'll be off on my own. And the good news was, when I look back, God did what God does. God loved me, and God kept his hand on me. And I went off to join the Air Force to earn some money for college. I said, I'll just go guard airplanes for 4 years and then earn some money for college. And God said, Scott, you're really good with languages. You don't know it yet, but you're really good with languages, learning and translating it in foreign languages. So I joined the Air Force, and the Air Force said, hey, we want you to take a test to see if you're good with languages. And so they ran me through this test to see if I had a propensity for learning languages. And sure enough, it turned out I did. And so they offered me a bunch of money and a bonus. Said, if you'll go to Monterey, California for a year, yeah, we'll pay you this big bonus. I said, well, if I have to put up with Monterey for a year, then the bonus is in place. And so I went there, and I found out that I really enjoy learning languages, and I was pretty good at it. There's a part of my brain even today that only gets tickled when I play with languages, when I work and translate and that sort of thing. And but I didn't know it at the time. And again, I was just angry at God and just like this, and God just said, I understand. I'm going to send Jonah. And you're going to find out that you're loved a whole lot more than you realize. And so I did. And what a difference. What a difference it made in my life. And today, still, there are times when it's like I got to stop and say, okay, what am I not understanding? What is God doing that I'm ignoring or that I'm not perceiving, and so I'm not feeling as loved as I really am? And even darkness will be as light to you. No matter how hard I tried to run away, no matter how hard I tried to make myself unattractive to God, he's right there. He's just right there, and watching over me. And again, I like that his right hand is upon me. His right hand is guiding me. He's not just. We had a baby cardinal come down from its first flight and land on the windowsill outside our front window, and he's going off on his first flight, and so he's flapping all around, whatever. And up in the corner of the porch is Mama Cardinal, watching over. And in the same way, I'm never left alone. I'm never left alone as I start to learn and try to figure out how these legs work and this mind and this. What God was always there. God was always there. And the next part it says, For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, and I know that full well. And it says, a little further down, how amazing are your thoughts concerning me? How amazing are your thoughts concerning me? God thinks about me. I'm not the only one that thinks about me. That's a welcome thing. That's a welcome thing. How amazing are your thoughts concerning me? Again, there are things that God has in mind, that God sees in me, that I just need to continue to be open to discovering and changing. And what a it's so much bigger than I ever anticipated life could be. And the idea that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Early on in our relationship, Maggie and I went through the book, What Color's Your Parachute? And we were 45 years old, and we wanted to figure out what we were going to do when we grew up. And so Maggie decided that she wanted to go to nursing school. She'd always wanted to be a nurse, and so she gave herself that gift. And I got the gift of her coming home and talking about how the body worked, and talking about those amazing things that say we are fearfully and wonderfully made. The immune system and how all that works. The fact that I'm standing here and my heart is beating and I'm breathing and I'm not having to think about it. We had a laugh the other night. It's like, well, imagine if we had to sit there and go, okay, heart beat, 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 now breathe. Okay, now heart beat, beat. How limited our lives would be if we could even sustain that for any length of time. But instead, we've been given this gift, this fearful and wonderfully made gift that we are. And it lets us do so many things because things that we don't have to worry about are taken care of. The other story I liked was conception. That within the first 4 weeks of conception, all of a sudden, a heart starts beating. And nobody knows where it comes from. Nobody knows where it just starts. And it becomes their heartbeat for their life. And even when in later life, if they have to have some kind of surgery where they stop their heart to have that surgery, when they start it up again, it's as though it never stopped. It's still in the same rhythm, the same place that it would have been had it continued to beat all that time. That is the amazing, that is fearfully and wonderfully made. We are just so intricately put together. And again, all that's done so you and I can sit here and talk and share and sing and laugh and enjoy life together. What a gift. What a gift. And then he gets a little bit sideways near the end of the psalm. He says, if only you, God, would slay the wicked. Away from me, you who are bloodthirsty. They speak of you with evil intent. Your adversaries misuse your name. Do I not hate those who hate you, Lord, and abhor those who are in rebellion against you? I have nothing but hatred for them. I count them my enemies. We are human. We are human. And at the same time that I realize I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, at the same time that I see God knows me, and I find that rest in that peace in that. During the same day that I realize I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, there are times when all of a sudden life's not so fearfully and wonderfully made because some thought has come to me, and I need to take exception to life and to what is going on, and have a little word with God. It's like things aren't quite the way, if you would be smarter if you did this instead of the way you do it. Okay, I'm just saying. You can do whatever you want, of course, but just offering my wisdom says, when you let this happen, and that could be better. That could be better. Just from my experience. I would really, just wanted to offer that. No problem. If you don't want to do it, if you're stuck on doing it your way, that's fine. But I just wanted to offer that thought. And so I get to be human. And the whole time that I'm being human, God is grinning and nodding and saying, I love you, Scott. I love you, even when you're human, even as you're human. God is us. God is within us. God is saying, I love you as us through this whole world. And the neat thing is, at the end of it, he says, after he gets to this point of bewailing the state of the earth and all the different things that are wrong about what's going on, he catches himself, I think. And he says, search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. So maybe he caught himself caught up in this diatribe on just how the world should be fixed and just how they should be acting and they should be going on. And he says, I'm missing that peace. I'm missing that connection. I'm missing that understanding that you know me and you know everybody else, that you fearfully and wonderfully made them too. And so take a look again. Take a look again inside and say, is there something I'm doing that's slowing me down? Is there something I'm doing that's limiting my ability to let you love me? Show me what it is that I can change so that I can know it better. So send me a Jonah. Send me a Jonah. Let me know how to live this life better. And it becomes a circle. Because then it leads back to the first part of the poem. Oh, God, you have searched me and known me. You answered my prayer. You have searched me and known me. You know my ways. You know I'm going up, and when I'm standing up, when I'm walking, when I'm laying down. I realize, and again, and each time that we go through this process where we learn a little more and we experience a little more of God's love for us, of that experience of being the expression of God, the other parts become even more special to us, I think. I realized even more the fearfully and wonderfully made. I realized even more that God has never left me, that no matter how far astray I may have gone or may go during any given day, God doesn't walk away. God is not afraid of whatever I do. And continues to love me. And again, this cycle of prayer, this meditation, I can imagine the joy that the author of this poem had as he's writing it and remembering these things about God and about his life and saying, wow, look at all that. And he says, okay, let's do this again. Search me and know me again. Let me know this. I know there's things I could be doing that are bigger, that are better. I know that I'm being human, so search me and know me again. And so God does. And sometimes I don't always appreciate the response that comes. It's like I've got that little ace in my back pocket, and God says, no, you can have everything else. So sometimes God meddles, comes in and wants that part of us that we're not quite sure we can do without. And as we give it up, we discover, wow, we could, and we can know life even more fully as a result. So a neat meditation, a neat thought process, a neat prayer that this author has written for us that I think lets us expand our understanding of God, our understanding of ourselves, and our understanding of each other. And life gets bigger.